All right, go ahead and get started. We're reconvening our morning regular meeting. Move to item number 13. And if I'm skipping something, y'all let me know. Item 13, consider, accept, and approve the site selection and/or conceptual design and/or cost estimate for the proposed jail and justice facilities as presented by HDR Architecture, Inc. in open Commissioners Court on Tuesday, August 14th, 2007, and further approve submission of the materials to bond counsel to prepare proposed ballot language for the court's future consideration. Now we'll open it for discussion. Okay, got a motion that we consider, accept, and approve the site selection and/or conceptual design and/or cost estimate for proposed jail and justice facilities as presented by HDR, and approve the submission of that material to the bond counsel.
Second.
Okay, discussion.
Yes, Judge. I can understand supporting the design concept and the cost of that, but this morning we talked about the opportunity or the wisdom of either going ahead with the 96 beds instead of just shelling those out, completing those at low risk, and then that's my amendment. Commissioner McGinnis brought up the issue of finishing out the bid for the tower. Until we get some price tags for doing that, I'm not comfortable with approving the amount to go on the ballot. And also the real estate issues are still out there. And as a matter of fact, does anybody know if this conceptual cost estimate, do these construction costs include site demo? And I mean, how far down does this drill in?
It does not include site demo and acquisition of
Okay.
the additional property.
Okay, well, the site demo is important, any abatement is important, all those costs are important, and we need to get those nailed
Oh,
down.
and we discussed that. I talked to HDR about that. That is approximately $2 million. I believe it's 1.9. It's very close to $2 million. They had estimated it would cost $700,000 to acquire the adjacent property. I'm not sure about that. I think we can probably acquire that for a little less.
Okay, well, I had also brought up, Commissioner Fleming brought up shelling out or finishing out the minimum security part of it, and I brought up finishing out the tower section of it, or the 5th floor, as it were. And I understand, and I'll make a statement again like I did this morning, I understand that this would no doubt take it over the $99 million figure that was in their presentation. I get that part. But I will again state very, very strongly and emphatically that I think that if we do not build this facility out as far as we can, and as far as shelling this, or not shelling it out, but finishing out a 5th floor with another additional 288 beds, and also Commissioner Fleming's proposal for the other 96 additional beds on top of that, that we're going to do exactly what the court did in 1983-84, and we're going to wind up very happy with ourselves that we built a jail that's going to be full when it's opened.
And Commissioner, I agree with you on that, but I would not want to do that without first making sure that the task force was up to date.
Right.
They wanted to do that as well.
That's fine.
Well, we need to do that, and maybe at that time, then we can bring them up to date on real estate issues as well.
And we do need a price tag on it. I agree with that too. But I just think that, you know, we had 995 or 6 this morning. And for the folks that might not have been here this morning, let's just say that's 1,000. And we could say, well, if we instantly waved the magic wand and had 1,000 beds right now, we'd have room. And that is not the case. We've got a 10 or so percent, or a little bit better than that, over that we have to be able to have the classification necessary to keep these people in. In other words, the women in female cells and the different classifications of inmates that the sheriff has to deal with as far as violence and other various things that are called upon, that the sheriff's called upon to segregate these people out for whatever reason. So there's a built-in limit over that. So even if we had 1,000 beds today, 995, everybody thinks, oh, we'd have 5 open beds. That's incorrect. We would not have 5 open beds. So my point is, 3 years from now, we build a jail that's got 1,300 beds in it. I think you can see right there that it's got the potential to be pushing very close to being either full or almost full the day we open it up. And I have seen that happen before, and I do not want to see that happen again.
I agree with you, Commissioner, and I thank you for everybody that was involved in the last bond election. Police the same way.
Yes.
It would be great if we could go ahead and do that. My question though is, I understand we're under a drop-dead deadline as far as getting the wording into the ballot. So how quickly do we get these other figures back?
Well, I'll offer a suggestion. We can approve the ballot. We can approve that $99 million now, and it can be adjusted. There is time to make adjustments, but she can go ahead and begin working on the proposed ballot language. If I'm wrong, stop me, Mr. Geary. We're talking about the site, conceptual design, and what was presented by HDR. And I don't know that we could actually go beyond that at this point to include the 96 beds and the 288 beds, because while those were discussed, those weren't actually presented as the plan. And I also said this morning, I do support doing both of those things. I just think we would have to do it separately.
Judge, I really can't speak for our bond counsel, Carol Colombo. I don't know exactly what she needs. I know that she is going to need some detail for the ballot, but I can't speak, to the extent of the detail and parameters she needs to start preparing the ballot language. All I know is that she will need some, and she did state that she needed it by tomorrow.
Well, I suggest that we proceed with the vote today as it stands, as the motion stands now, that we attempt to convene a meeting of the task force quickly this week to discuss these 2 items with the task force, and we can address this again on Monday, which will give us time, presumably, for her to get the information to make adjustments for the September 5th deadline.
Judge, if I may, I'll read from the email that Carol Colombo sent in response to a request of mine back on June 18th. And in this, she's stating what the most aggressive schedule would be. And she states it would be to provide her the information to prepare the draft election order by August 21st. She would then bring the draft language to the court for review the August 27th meeting, and then the court would call the election at a special meeting on September 5th. And then a parenthetical says this option may not work. Members of the court are going to be out of town for Labor Day. And then she adds, also, it's a little risky to wait until the absolute last day in case something goes wrong. Then by going wrong, she does need time to get the Secretary of State in back. She said, but legally that is the court's option.
We can have a separate special meeting next week. We could do that after our regular meeting on the 27th. We could do it the same day. We could do it later in the week if
We're
necessary.
going to have a meeting later in the week anyway.
In order to make any additional changes. I mean, I think we can do what I was suggesting that we did. We just need to get with the task force quickly.
I understand the time constraints, but I think we'll make a huge mistake and sell the citizens of this county far short if we don't proceed with this and build the number of beds the sheriff said he needed.
And as I said, I am in favor of that. I think we just need to get her some information to get started now. We can go back and approve any additional expenditures next week.
Well,
That's fine. We can do that.
I tell you what, looking at this, I don't think that there's a construction contingency included in this number. I don't. There's a design contingency in here, but I don't think there's a construction contingency.
Yeah, I remember it being
There
one in
is-
there.
there
There is
is
one in there.
construction
They don't have that they don't have that itemized on